Okay, so we got sign up working. Now the next thing that we're gonna do is log in. So public login. We're gonna send in our email and our password. Now this is a lot easier than sign up. We're just gonna type in return new promise. And you're gonna see promises a lot. They're very, very useful. And once you sort of learn exactly what they do, they become very, very efficient and effective. So we're gonna type in this.auth sign in with email and password. And we're gonna send in our email and our password. And then that's gonna return another promise to us. So we're gonna say .then. Okay, so just copy it exactly like that. And then we're just gonna call resolve. And then otherwise .then, or sorry, .catch. We are going to have error. And then let error message equal error dot message. And then for now, we'll just console.log error. So now if we click log in, we're gonna type this dot user auth service dot login, and we're gonna send in this dot email input and this dot password input. And then it's going to have a promise. So once that promise is done, we are going to say this dot modal dot dismiss. I forgot the arrow. Okay. So I'm going to create a new user because I don't remember the password that I typed in before. And I'm just going to name this colon test@hotmail.com. I'm going to enter in test as the password. The nickname has already been yeah. Okay, so that worked. Let's try logging in. Colon test@hotmail.com. Test. Submit. Do login stuff, and it closed, so that means that it was successful. Now, right now, we don't have any way of displaying that it was successful, so that's going to be our next step. But because it just closed and we didn't get an error, that means that we did log in according to Firebase. So the next thing that we're going to do is actually display the fact that we're logged in, so that everybody's able to see it, and it's going to be easier for you guys to understand what's going on. So this part is going to get, unfortunately, a little bit complicated again, but luckily there's less coding involved. It's just the concepts are a little hard. So we're going to have a public is logged in, and by default it's going to be false. And then we're going to have public user observable, and that's going to be a behavior subject. Click enter to auto import behavior subject from RxJS, and we're just going to put any. And then public user, it's going to be an object, and it's going to have our auth information and our database information. So remember how we store both of that? We have the auth information here, data information here from our collection. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is when we log in, we are going to update this user variable, and then we're going to update our user observable. Now, what an observable is other functions can subscribe to it, and whenever this user observable changes, all of those functions will be notified. So for example, our navbar needs to know if we're logged in. because it has this login button. If we're already logged in, we don't want to display that login button. So our navbar is going to subscribe to our user observable. And that way, whenever our user observable variable is updated, our navbar will immediately get that information. So if we log in, the navbar will then know that we log in, and if we log out, it'll know that we log out. And we're just using this observable to kind of pass that information. So we're going to create a function called update user state. And we're going to say this .on auth state changed. Auth and okay. So this on auth state changed is an observable in itself that will be called every single time our auth is changed. So Firebase is going to call this now. We have set up an observable, and our Firebase will call this function now every single time something different happens with the auth. So if somebody logs in, the auth will change and it will trigger this function. If somebody logs out, it will do the same thing, and it's going to send our auth data back. So console.log auth data has changed. And we only need to call this once. We're going to call it as soon as our program starts. So this .update user state. And that's going to create this subscription to Firebase that is going to continuously be updated. So if we open up our app again and we refresh our page, didn't auto refresh, that's fine. We'll now see if I click login, and if I type in test@hotmail.com and then click submit. Okay, so it didn't actually, oh yeah, so it says auth data has changed. So we logged in and it knows what our auth data is. So now if we were to log out, it would trigger this again. However, we don't want to just console.log something. We want to actually do stuff with that information. So if auth does not equal null, so if the user signed in, then we're just going to put it in our console, logged in. Then we're going to set this .user.auth to be equal to the auth variable that got returned by our Firebase promise, or observable, sorry. We're going to set this .isLoggedIn equal to true. And now we need to get our user data. So we've got our user auth data because it automatically got called. But now we need to create a function called get user from email. We're going to send in our email. Then we're going to return new promise. Resolve reject as usual. And create our function. We're going to say this .db.collection users. So grab our users collection, and we're going to grab documents where our email equals the email that we sent in. Then we're going to grab those documents. We're going to get the for each to loop through them. Users list is the variable that we want it sent into. Then we need to loop through our users list. And we're just going to call that variable user. And then we're going to resolve user.data. So what's going on here? So we're saying get all users where email equals email. So then it's going to return us a list of users. Now what's interesting is this list of users is always going to only have one user, because there will never be a user with the same email twice. And we made sure of that when we were creating an account. It won't let us do it. Firebase actually won't let us do it even if we didn't have checks in place. So we're going to get this list back called users list, and there's going to be one value in it. Now we have to loop through it. Even though we know there's one value in it, we still are going to loop through it. So what we'll call this loop, and it will give us the user in the list. And then we're just saying send in user.data into resolve. So then if we go back up to here, we can say this.getUser from email auth.email then, and we're going to get our user data, which is going to be what's returned from this resolve. And then we can say this.user.data equals user data. So now we've logged in, we have access to our user auth, and we now have access to our user information, which will have like the nickname and stuff like that. Then we'll just console.log this.user so that we can see what information we got back. And then we're going to say this.user observable.next this.user.data. So it's very important to remember what this user observable is. So we are subscribed to Firebase's on auth state change, right? And that will trigger every single time that Firebase's auth has changed, because we've subscribed to it. Then on top of that, we've created our own subscription. That way other components in our program and our website will be able to also know when this has changed. So alert the rest of the website that our user info has been updated. Then down here, we're going to put an else. So if user signed in, if user is signed out, then we are going to set this.user.auth equal to null, this.user.data equal to null, this.isLoggedIn equal to false, console.log logged out, and then this.userObservable.next, and we're going to send in null. Okay, so that was a lot of stuff. Let's refresh our page. Oh, we're getting an error. Cannot read property next of undefined. Auth service line 31. This.userObservable.next. Okay, so this is similar to when we got the issue with the password where we didn't initialize it to an empty string. We need to initialize our user observable. So right now it equals null, so we can't really do much with it. So we're going to set it equal to new behavior subject null. Okay, let's try that again. So it says we're logged in, auth data has changed, and you'll see we have our data, which is from our database, colinTest@hotmail.com, our ID, our nickname, and we have our auth information. So you're going to notice that when we refresh our page, we're still logged in. So that's a really cool feature of Firebase. It continues to have you logged in when you refresh the page. So somebody could log in, close out of the page, come back, and they're still logged in. Most sites do that now, like YouTube and Facebook. So it's awesome that Firebase does that for us as well. However, you're going to notice that outside of the console, we still have no way to actually know if we're logged in or not. So we're going to subscribe to that user behavior, whatever we named it, user observable, in our navbar. That way we know in our navbar whether we're logged in or not.